started happening. No, I was raised that way, and he definitely was as well. So when we get married, it was a good match. We just kept it up.
What kind of stuff do you guys have that you've, socked away?
Well, lots of water, alternative forms of fuel for cooking, alternative ways of lighting the home, heating the home, of course, self-defense tools, food,
medications.
Yeah.
Tim, how about for you? Why you really made this a whole family activity?
We did. I started prepping when I was like 12, when I was with my father, and I was able to watch him kind of be the guy that saved the day and saved someone's life. So that's what I'm trying to pass down to my kid. The last thing I want to do in any situation is have my kid say, "Dad, I'm hungry," or "Dad, I'm scared."
Do you like doing this kind of stuff?
Well, yeah, I kind of do.
What's your favorite part? What do you do?
I like to, my dad always takes me camping. We always practice, shooting guns, shooting targets.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you worry about something happening?
No.
No. Because you feel like you're prepared.
You don't worry. The more prepared you are, the more at ease you are. It's a self-awareness that, okay, whatever is thrown at us, we're going to be able to handle it. For me, my motto is prepare for the worst, hope for the best. So for me, the worst case scenario, I'm going to start from there. Everything else is going to be a piece of cake.
But you guys must get this, and Jason, you must hear this too. Do people look at you and say, all right, you guys are a little off the reservation. You're taking this a little too far.
Not at all.
Yeah.
You get that?
Yes, but especially here in the city, a lot of people swear that if a disaster happens, you'll be taken care of. And as we all saw in Katrina, that wasn't the case.
Right.
Why do people?
Jason, what do you have in your bag? This is something you have in your apartment all the time, or?
But this is a bug-out bag. The situation is pretty bad. You need to leave your area. You have a bag that's ready to sustain you anywhere between my baggage and between 5 to 7 days.
The thing I've learned from being in a lot of disasters and covering them and getting there right after it happens is you really are on your own and have to rely not only on yourself or your family, but in some cases your neighbors, because in some cases it's strangers reaching out and saving people on the block or block banding together. And that's really critical, because we all do think in this society that somehow our government's going to protect us, but it just doesn't work out. We've seen this time and time again.
And that's the preppy movement. The preppy movement is a little different than survivalists that most people tend to think of. That I'm up in the hills counting my beans and it's mine. A prepper community is a lot different. It is a community, and I've got a group of about 12 people, and that group keeps growing, and we all rely on each other and each other's skills. Everyone brings a different skill set to it, so that if the worst does happen, I have a friend that's a doctor in my group. I have a guy that is a mechanic that can fix things.
But you guys, you enjoy your life. It's not as if you were constantly waiting for Armageddon.
No, absolutely not.
No.
Go crazy.
It's really, I think education is the #1 thing, and that I do every day, and it's easy.
Do you think most people are kind of naive about this stuff?
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, my next guest made headlines when they were trapped in their car for 3 days. I want you to meet Mark and Jeanette. They went out for a simple afternoon drive. They ended up stranded. They're joining us now on Skype from Sacramento, California. Guys, thanks very much for being with us. So, Mark, you went for a drive. You're on a remote road. How did your car get stuck?
We went down in this road that was dry at the time, and we hit a snowbank when we rounded the corner, and my car got high-centered on the snowdrift.
And did you? You couldn't get the car off.
Well, not right then, because it was late in the afternoon, and down in the canyon it was getting real dark and cold, so I decided to stay the night, and I'd get out in the morning, no problem. Happened to be a snowstorm came in that night that I was unaware of.
Were you freaking out, Jeanette?
As soon as I noticed we had no cell signal, I was very, very upset. I knew we were in trouble.
This was a big story. It's just been in the headlines with just a lot of news reports. You take medicine, Jeanette. Did you have the medicine with you?
No, I did not, and now I will carry it everywhere. And we only had a small windbreaker and a sweatshirt, and it was 19 degrees.
So, Mark, how did you finally get help?
I ended up deciding after 3 days she was starting to get deathly ill, and I said, hey, I got to either